Bow wow.
Welcome to DogStar. This week, we've got the pleasure of sitting down with Buddah Man.
What's up, guys? How are you?
We're doing very well.
Feeling good. Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
We
were just talking before this, so it's like trying to get the podcast going right.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming to DogStar headquarters.
Heck yeah, I'm excited
to chat.
Excited, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's jump right in. So you've been doing music now since like 2020, but let's take it all the way back.
All the way back.
Okay.
Yeah, where'd you grow up, first of all?
So I grew up in Maplewood. I went through elementary school. I went to Edgerton.
Nice.
That's where I did my elementary school.
Okay.
And then
I moved over to Oakdale. And then I grew up there, did my high school years in Oakdale, and now I'm in Stillwater, just trying to make it out. you know?
How did music become part of your life?
Yeah, was it in elementary school or were your parents musicians?
Music's always been a big part of my life. Like, I played sports. I played football, and we would always bump that. Like, that was honestly my most my favorite part of football was like the pregame where we would listen to music.
Yeah.
I had these big subs that my dad had for movies.
Okay.
And, I would bring them into the locker room and we put them in the locker.
Perfect.
We turn it all the way up, and it would just
Rattling
I loved
home.
it, and music's always been a big part of my life. I listen to it before everything. I go to work, I'm listening to music.
Heck yeah.
What were the first? What was like the first CD you owned?
First CD on. Okay, so my dad, he's a big St. Louis guy.
Okay.
He put me on with Nelly, so I was like a really big Nelly fan. And I forget the album, I forget what it was called, but it was one with Hot in Here.
Nice.
That was like my go-to song. I was pulling up to school, I had like the MP3 player, I would have that on repeat, But
yeah, that's a good one.
yeah,
That's good. Yeah, so your parents have good taste in music, would you say?
they're big country fans. They like country music.
Okay.
My dad, he put me on with a lot of rock and roll. I found rock like kind of edgy at first when I first started listening to it, because it was just like, when I was young, all I heard was like screaming and like this and that. But then I started feeling the instruments. Like, I have a great appreciation for like the instruments in a song, like, because I look at it like almost like freestyling on like a beat.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the guitar solo and you're just kind of like, dang, like you're mesmerized by it.
Yeah, totally.
So like as I got older, I started to learn to like really like rock and roll. I started to listen to like System of a Down, like I was talking to you guys earlier, and like I just had so much. It's foggy,
No,
it's everything. Like I listen to everything, I can't pinpoint like a certain artist I like the most.
Right.
Yeah, just absorbed it all.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask, back kind of in the elementary school days, if you were, or even in the middle school days, if you were playing any instruments, were you in choir? I know you said you played sports. But
my school, it was required to go to the music class.
Oh, okay.
So we would sing, and I remember one time I always took it like not very serious. I was kind of like the
just lip syncing the words,
the
or
guy
what?
that was just a clown. I was just goofing around, just making jokes with my buddy Fidel. Shout out Fidel. We're still friends to this day, so that's always cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember we were singing the national anthem, and I started getting into it. Like, I liked the way it sounded with like the whole class.
Okay.
And I remember at that, like, that's when my music ears kind of like turned on,
Okay.
And then I heard myself singing to it. Like, I didn't even like, it was out of body almost. Like, I almost caught myself like not knowing what I was doing. And then the teacher like quieted us down, and she was like, "Hey, was that you?" And like, she was like, "You're so good." And
wow.
I never took it too seriously at the time, but like you look back at it and like, it's crazy how memories come and go, but like it just came to me, and like it's inspirational, like people like impacts you in ways you don't know until later down the road. And I think that's the coolest thing,
What was the name of that teacher? If you can remember.
Her name was Miss Robbins. She was at Edgerton, I think, until I left. But she's been there forever before I got there. But
very
shout out Miss Robbins.
Setting you on the path.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you first write a song? How did that get started?
First wrote a song when it was about right before me and my friends were about to go to college. We were all about to go our separate ways. Me and my guy Tim and Dominic went to Dominic's house, and he had like a garage that was empty.
Okay.
And he like put his computer out there, and he brought the mic, and he like did this makeshift thing, and like
rigged it up.
had the mic hanging down. So it was really cool. Like it was cool at the time. You're like, dang, I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
I was taking pictures and posting it, and it was called System Overload. You can find it on Loom if you really, or Lum, is it, or
Loom might be right.
Loom.
So the dots.
Loom.
Yeah, I think it is, or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah,
you can find it. The real fans can find it.
Right. I'll let you guys know in the comments when this drops.
Yeah.
But it was really trash. But my mom, she tells me it's her favorite song to this day.
Whoa.
Really?
Yes. And it's really bizarre because it's like super trash to me.
How so?
Because I'm just talking about like you know, like dirty things, like
sure.
you know, like super explicit stuff. And I'm like, my mom likes this song. Like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
And did you guys just record that, or did perform it in the garage at a summer party before you left for college?
No, we just recorded it, and yeah, that was that. And
were you Buddah Man back then on the track?
I was CT.
CT.
Okay.
What Carter Thuringer. That's my initials. Yeah.
All right.
Solid.
Yeah. So that was my first time writing a song, but my first time like making a beat. I don't really make beats no more. But I got into it for a little bit. I mostly just write and do melodies, and I like to do that stuff. I like to stick to one thing and really perfect the craft at it before I move on to something else.
That's really smart.
You know, but yeah, me and my friend Richard Osuji, he came over one day, and we were like, "Hey, we're going to this pool party later, and we got to make a song for the summer."
Hey.
And, you know, we were just messing around, but we made like this little like I don't know how to explain it, like reggae tone, like kind of thing, and it was like it had like a essence of like the hip hop boom bap in it.
Yeah,
but it was that was a cool experience. Like,
what program?
It was a Garage Band.
Oh,
so
wow!
It was super generic.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
That. But yeah, Garage Band. So.
And went to the pool party with it, I assume.
We went to the pool party with it. People didn't like it, but it is what it is. We liked it.
You're
we were
ahead
the
of your
only
time.
ones like vibing with it, but it's cool. You know, I thought it was cool.
You didn't ruin the party. You didn't get kicked out of the party.
Kind of ruined the party in the moment. After it was done, it was okay.
Okay.
You know, it's okay though. Like, you live and you learn. You know.
Yeah. What other?
I just want to make a shout out real quick to Vel's Vengeance. I used to go to school with him. And, like, I got to get this off my chest because of me as an artist now. Like, you know, like, I used to, I remember one time I clowned this dude for a SoundCloud song that he was playing on the bus. That wasn't, you know, he was just coming up too.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I clowned him for it. And I regret that because of where I'm at now. So I just want to make a sincere apology on a podcast where people can see it and he can know, because I'm not, it's kind of hard to reach him, you know. He's kind of, you know, he's kind of popping right now. So I just want to give my flowers, bro. And yeah.
Very cool. It's
kind of a vulnerable moment, you know. I just want to give my flowers while I can, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We appreciate you in the big picture, continuing to highlight the scene, you know, eliminate any maybe misunderstanding or some beef, you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So after the pool party.
Yeah, when's the next time you like shared your music after that? Did that discourage you at all? Or?
No, it didn't discourage me. I just focused on my football. What I was doing with football at the time, and I was working really hard at that. It's kind of an emotional story.
Well, yeah. But, what position did you play?
I played center in high school.
Okay.
And I had like these big dreams and aspirations. My parents paid a lot of money for me to go and train and be the best player I could, and I went all conference. I got all these accolades.
Wow.
We got to state. Like, Tartan's never been to state before, and we got to state like for the first time. So that's a cool thing, you know, to look back on. And Then I had these big dreams. Me and my buddy Tim, we were like, hey, we're gonna go play college ball together, and we're gonna go to the league together. You know, like when you're kids like that. But like we went to a Division III school. We were overlooked. You know, I'm 5'10". I played a position where it's like
you gotta be a monster.
I went to a camp one time, and I outdid everybody. I put everybody in the dirt. Like, you know, my position's a gritty position.
Yeah,
you know?
Big time.
I won every board drill. I did all this super good, and I talked to a coach after, and he straight up looked me in my face, and he was like, if you were 3 inches taller, you'd be at the University of Minnesota right now. And like that's when I kind of shut off. You know, that was going into my senior season. It kind of shut off for me because it's like it killed the love for the game.
Yeah.
You know, like I played this sport. I put my like blood, sweat, and tears into it quite literally.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just kind of like. And we played our senior season. We went to state, and I went to the All-Star game. I got invited to that. I'm grateful for that.
Wow.
You know, and I played in that. And after that, I was okay. You know, but I went to college. I tried it out, and not first practice. It was 2 weeks down the line. We were in practice. The center had gotten hurt for the varsity team. They call it, but that's basically starters.
Yeah,
like they call it ones, and we're in the huddle, again the huddle, and it's only huddle up once. So like for people that watch football, it's like a hurry up offense. So I snapped the ball, first play, it's fine. You know, it's football. Couple plays down the road, I'm tired. You know, like I'm super exhausted.
Yeah.
So like when your body's exhausted, you obviously are weaker and like you're more vulnerable to sustain damage. And the all conference linebacker comes screeching down and boom, takes my head off. My lights turn off.
Oh no!
I'm on the ground.
Oh
and
no!
Like, my buddy had to carry me off into the locker room. He had to watch me get dressed, and like it was really like eye opening. Yeah. And I had a really bad concussion, and I've gotten a lot in my life. And sorry. And then they put me in a room. They put me in my dorm room where we were staying for camp, and I had to sit in there it was like day 4 until I snapped. But I was sitting in my room. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't go on my phone. I couldn't do anything. You can't do push-ups. You can't do sit-ups because your head hurts. You can't. And then I called my dad up, and it was really emotional because I was like, hey, Dad. My dad loved watching me play football. Yeah. And I was like, hey, Dad, like I just can't do this anymore. I choose myself over the game. Yeah. You know, and like.
Big decision.
Yeah, you know. And I think school is a good thing for everyone to do. I recommend it for everybody, go to college. But for me, I thought personally that if I'm not going to play ball, there's other ways to make money. You know, I could start life right now. I could get a head start. I got a loving girlfriend, you know, shout out Lexi. Yeah. You know, I want to start a family, you know. Yeah. I want to do this stuff. I want to be but I also want to do this artist journey. I want to do this hip hop journey. I want to do this R&B journey that I'm doing because a lot of people feel like they need to be promiscuous. They need to be popping in the club, you know. Like I don't think that's necessary. I think you can be grounded because I think that leads to a lot of things down the line, you know, like that could cause to a lot of drama. And I think if people just stayed out the way, it could, you know, clear a lot of muddy water, you know.
Yeah, you know? Not trying to bring the salacious lifestyle with your art. Yeah, it sounds like.
Yes. I want to promote something that like can be sustainable. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Totally.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Where did the music re-enter your life after the kind of reconciliation with the football career?
So we're gonna go back in time real quick.
No problem. We got about 4 minutes till we got to take a break.
Okay. This was before football. This was before college. My buddy Dom, he was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the studio 11th Avenue. Or is it 11th Avenue? 11th Ave, sorry. In St. Paul. Nico talked about it on his pod. Okay. We went there and Dominic was recording and I was there like as a video guy. I had like a super cool camera that could shoot videos. So I was there shooting videos for like a music video he was doing. Tight. And at the end, we were like, oh, let's just freestyle. Like, let's just end the day on a freestyle. And they're like, get in there. And I was like, okay. I freestyled. It was not good, but it was decent.
Did you have fun?
I had fun. I felt good. I felt loose, and I felt like I was getting something off my chest, even though I wasn't really saying anything.
Right.
But it was a cool experience. And then Colin Makes Beats was over there.
Nice.
So shout out Colin Makes Beats. So after the football thing, so now fast forward.
Yeah.
After the football, I'm at home. I'm depressed. I'm sad.
Yeah.
Going through it, trying to find a job. The realization of I got to get a job. I'm going to be on my behind, in a little bit here, and
scary life stuff.
Yeah.
I remember the first day I was back from college. I was mowing the grass for my parents, and I went over a beehive.
Oh no!
And I got stung. And I remember I was like, it kind of just, it was a weird moment right there when I got stung by the bees. And it's always stuck with me because Lexi loves bees. And it's kind of weird because, I'm sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry.
No, bee story.
Yeah.
Just maybe a humbling experience.
It was a humbling experience. And I was like, I want to do something where I don't have to cut grass anymore and get stung by bees.
Totally.
And I was just like, yeah. So I went and hit up Colin Makes Beats again.
Wow.
And
long
and
after.
I haven't made music in a while.
Right.
So like,
Totally.
I'm super bad. I'm rusty. He's gracious enough to be like, hey, yeah, come over. He hits me up. Super nervous like I am right now, but it's good. We go over there, and then we made it was called DogStar, and that was when Buddah Man, that's when that came along, and
Boom.
that's when that took off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think you could tell the story of how Buddah Man is your name, or the reason is your name, or we can talk about
Buddah
it?
Man became my name because when I was a child, my mom called me Buddha. I always had like a shaved head. I was always more husky as a child, and she'd always call me Buddha, so I always just went by Buddha. And I was like, hey, I'm a grown man now. Let's just add man at the end of Buddha.
There
Make it
you
just a
Buddah
little
Man.
less cute. Yeah,
And it's spelled
exactly.
with an AH instead of an HA because I messed up when I typed it on SoundCloud. But I was like, it's okay. I'll just
okay.
keep it.
Phonics.
Yeah, you can call it Buddha. I don't care.
We're sitting down with Buddah Man, who is humble enough to admit his own mistakes. Yeah, on DogStar.
You can follow him at BUDDAH_MANNN.
That's
on
3 N's.
Instagram.
That's
Instagram.
And just search Buddah Man, BUDDAH_MAN to find all of his music. We'll be back after the break. Follow us, DogStar
That's right.
Podcast.
Do it.
We'll see you here in a bit. Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar. We are in the midst of picking the brain of Buddah Man himself.
Let's go.
And I'd say we are post-college right now.
Yep.
You having recorded this song with Colin Makes Beats, reconnecting with him after the college years.
Yeah.
How did that feel to get the, I guess, artistic pressure released when you recorded
it felt
that?
really good to release the first song. I thought it was
Yeah.
super sick. My buddy Jake had a pool, and I was over there all the time in the summer, and we'd always play my music on like the loudspeaker. He'd always have like
outside,
parties.
yeah.
The Pool Redemption.
Yeah. People never really like there's a Man in the Mirror. I don't know if you guys have heard that one. It's it was on it was under CT on SoundCloud.
Oh, then probably not.
It was called Baby Boy EP.
Okay.
And there were some sleepers on there. It was
I think it's on YouTube
Yes,
currently. You
yes.
re-released it on YouTube.
and that Man in the Mirror song was a fan favorite. Not a fan favorite, but like my guys' favorites,
Oh,
at the
yeah.
pool party
Yeah,
or just
yeah,
that
yeah.
era?
Yeah, it was like it got the most attention when it was played. Let's just say that.
Sick,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
How did
yeah.
that feel? That
It felt cool.
Yeah.
Me as the artist, I still obviously like. I'm glad too that I heard the not necessarily not good stuff, but stuff that could be improved upon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really wanted to implement melodies in my music, and I think it adds a lot of tone to a song. I think it adds a lot of emotion when you sing. So
Big
like
time.
that's something I like to do in like every song. Don't get me wrong, I like to be lyrical, and I am lyrical when it comes to like my bars. Like, I can't wait to like drop this next loadout. I got a lot of stuff lined up. My plan is to like accumulate enough music to drop for a year. That's stuff that I know is really good.
That's smart strategy.
And I'm just gonna drop every week. Shout out Russ.
Right.
I love Russ. He inspired me a lot too.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to
when did the melody start to
come together when I dropped Faces. I don't know if you heard it. It was like too many faces in the spot right now. Na, 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 na. You know, that was when I really felt like a vibe to it. That's when I really felt like I could move with this, you know?
Yeah.
And then Doors dropped, and I would send those to a whole bunch of like live reactions.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people like Doors, and I'm glad that they like Doors. But then I would have a couple songs here and there that wasn't like quite eclipsing Doors. You know, where it was like, okay, so Doors is the floor. I'm not going to look at it as a ceiling. I'm looking at it as the floor.
Starting point.
You know, everything else is below the floor. That's in the basement.
Right.
So like Doors is like the mandatory low.
Okay.
Right.
Until about right now, actually, because I haven't dropped since I dropped Doors on the album Comfortably Uncomfortable.
Right.
December of 2021.
Yes.
Yeah, because Faces was
on SoundCloud before the album, and so
and
was
it's
Doors.
your earliest song on Spotify.
On Spotify, okay.
Right, because it says you put that on there in 2021, May 2021.
Yeah.
So that was when that's what's good enough. I would assume is what you've been putting on Spotify, or why I put some stuff on Spotify, some stuff on.
You know, my guys, you know, like a lot of my day ones, they're on my SoundCloud. I want to give the day ones an opportunity to listen to stuff that I wouldn't necessarily deem droppable on a mainstream platform.
Okay.
You know, I like to keep my stuff crisp and clean. I want my stuff to be presentable.
Yeah.
So but I want my people to hear the raw stuff. You know, like so because I got a lot of people that want to do music too, and I think it's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna suck some days. You know, and like you go through rough dry spurts, and you got to find your way back out. And sometimes it could take a month, sometimes it could take a couple months. Look at me, it's like gone on 2 years. You know, so. But I finally feel good enough with the music I've created now that I'm going to start rolling a lot of stuff out.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm not going to put a specific date on it.
Yeah, well, that's dangerous.
I'm going to put, let's say, by fall. I want to say by fall is when my next project will drop, because I want to make sure everything's good.
Careful. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be a Kanye here and be like, hey, I'm dropping on this day. Don't drop it. And then it's all in Reddit. And then all this stuff. People are like, hey, Kanye's dropping an album tonight.
Right.
Stay up till 12 o'clock. And I'm like, what the heck?
There you go.
And it sounds like you've overcome that the sophomore slump, the psychology of how can I follow up Comfortably Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the making of Comfortably Uncomfortable.
Comfortably Uncomfortable.
Is that all Colin makes beats, or
it's all Colin makes beats?
Oh man, sick.
You know,
sick.
I gotta. Money's been tight for me. You know, I was working 9 to 5, and I come home and I write music.
Yeah.
You know, I play the game too. Don't get me wrong, but I need to get on that music grind more. Honestly, I have been.
What's the song making process like with Colin? Do you get to pick through beats, or you find them on?
Right now I'm finding them on YouTube.
Nice.
But gotta lease them out. You know, gotta buy the beats, and I can't do the unmixed stuff anymore either.
Right.
Because like I posted a lot of unmixed stuff on Comfortably Uncomfortable, which I'm kind of disappointed with myself about. But it's okay. You know, I dropped it on a big platform, but I really wanted to put a project out there. It was rushed, but I just had to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I have to offer. I'm not insecure. I'll be as vulnerable as I possibly can, and Yeah, I'll put whatever I want out there, honestly. But,
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely know where you're headed now for this next project.
Mm-hmm.
Working with Colin, so would you have the lyrics written already?
I would have the lyrics written already. Sometimes I'll go in there with like half a song ready because I really like Colin's input on the music that we make. I like to have him involved. He's got a really good music mind. So like, I like to get him involved. And,
Sick.
Yeah.
And there's only, 2 features on that album?
2 features,
Octavius and
Nico.
Yeah, how'd you link up with those guys?
Octavius, Colin. I knew Colin through both of them.
Wow.
I remember the first time I met Nico, he put me on with the more like dance hall type music that he made. Forget who he made it with, but I see him with him a lot. I think his name's Caleb.
Okay.
Oh, Caleb Gampson.
Caleb, yeah, shout out Caleb.
Definitely.
What's his full name?
Caleb Gampson.
Shout out Caleb Gampson.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Yeah, he's really dope, man. I really like his music. Him and Nico made a song way back, and I really like that song.
Nice.
Was that your first time? Were those your first 2 collaboration vocally with Octavius and Nico?
Let's see. I've done like friend
Right. It was just like the first professional.
Me and Michael Marcellus. You know who Michael Marcellus is?
The name sounds familiar.
Cool friend of mine. He goes way back with me to Edgerton days too.
Whoa.
Shout out Michael. He's got really dope music too. He's got a music video shot by dude that shot Wiz Khalifa's music video, and it's super dope. Y'all should go check it out. 9 Lives on YouTube under Michael Marcellus.
Sick.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Yeah, what was the?
Did you collab with him?
Yeah, me and Michael collabed, and we made a song called Swerve. Never got mastered, but it was really dope. It was really dope. It was super boom bappy.
Old school, yeah.
And then he got a song made with me that was supposed to come out, but it's rough. But I don't think it's rough. He does, but I'm like, hey man, drop it. Michael, drop the song, man. You don't have to, man. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I really like that song. And
do you find it easy?
Me and Michael don't even have a song out together, but I really enjoy working with Michael. He's brilliant, dude. He's really good at guitar. Yeah, man, that dude's a up and coming artist.
Do you play any instruments?
I don't. I wish.
I mean,
what would you play if you?
I would like to play guitar, piano.
Just boom.
Yeah. I used to play the drums when I was little. I got decent at it. But then I just started playing ball. So
expressing yourself in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you find it easier to write a song where you write both or all 3 verses, or do you find it easier collaborating with someone like Octavius?
I want them
Nico?
to write their own stuff.
Right.
You know,
hands off. Yeah.
Yeah. I always record my stuff first so they can hear me. I'm not trying to outdo anybody, you know, so like, I'm going to send you my stuff. You send me your stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you get,
that's like, a good way to do it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm confident.
Exactly. Confident. And then, trusting the process.
I've gotten shut down by a guy. I don't know. I really like his music, so I'll shout him out. Chase Paves. He's got really dope music. He's out in Cali.
Okay.
And I hit him up. He hit me back. He had a little bit of clout, so I was like excited, you know.
Yeah.
Sent him the song. It was Planes. I sent it to him, and he's like, "Hey, bro, that's not really my style. That's not really my vibe." And he was like, "I just can't do it." And I'm like, it stings, but it's like, it's a lesson. It's not an L, you know. It's a lesson.
Right.
So that's how I look at it. I don't like to. I mean, in the time, I'll get down on myself, but you know, I got to make light out of it. So.
Speaking of lessons, what lessons did you learn from your first release, Comfortably Uncomfortable, that you're going to apply to these upcoming releases? Maybe in regards to a rollout or in the sequencing, visuals.
Save your money. Save your money for something that you think is going to be worth something. That's what I will say. Because that's what it takes. It doesn't, like, people forget, like, it does take money in this world to succeed in a way. because a rollout's expensive, marketing is expensive, Facebook ads are expensive, you know. But yeah, I'm just gonna stack as much paper as I can, and I want to save up to get a new place. I want to save up to do a lot of things. So I'm not in no hurry to like really make a huge project. That's why I want to do like singles. You know, I just want to get a couple like a year's worth, 52 songs that I can just drop throughout a year while I'm chilling, doing my thing. So like these are the dog days right now. We're almost out of the dog days.
Okay.
But you know, we're getting there, and I'm not in no rush to like you know, pop off, you know.
Or release like a 23 track Travis
you know,
Scott album.
I think that comes with
a
growth.
Global tour.
You know, I'm only 22, so I have a lot of living and learning to do, and I want to imply that in my music. You know, and that takes patience and that takes time, and I'm willing to do that. So
that's huge.
I want to grow. I want to grow financially. I want to grow in other ways too. So
yeah, I mean, at what point would you throw in the towel, if ever,
on this?
Family wise, let's say, boom, you're gonna have triplets in 9 months.
Okay.
Find out today you're gonna have triplets.
Okay. Would I throw in the towel on rap?
Yeah, or would you use that love and passion?
Absolutely, I'd use it into the music.
Exactly.
You know, I'd make
I'm glad
it
to
for
hear
my
that.
child.
I'm glad to hear that.
And it doesn't even have to become worldwide at that point.
Right.
I already feel that like compassion for my child, like spiritually, like, you know.
Totally.
I feel that, and even though it's not here yet, so, but that'll be for him,
right?
You know, at that point, because my life will be centered around him. And if one of my stuff pops off, hey, we're eating good tonight, you know, and that's how it's gonna be. You know, I'd continue to work, and I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. I'm not gonna, you know, act a fool for clicks and cloud and
tour Europe for 3 months. Or...
No, I'm not gonna get face tats. Sorry, guys. I know I got
for the career.
You know, they honestly don't feel that good getting. So
maybe revolutionize the temporary tattoo game. You know, have seasonal tattoos or something.
I know. I hear people being like, "Hey, this feels good getting the tattoo," and I'm like,
I think I'm just a baby. I don't know.
Yeah. And not for me, at least. I just got sensitive skin, though. I will say that. I do got sensitive skin.
That's a huge tattoo for a guy who's got...
I know, dude. It inflames so bad.
Was that like not one session sitting down?
Yeah.
So it was like 8 hours, 10 hours?
Yeah. I actually got a Game of Thrones tattoo right here on the leg. I'll show you all at the end.
Okay.
It's the
Jon Snow?
Not Jon Snow. The dire wolf for the north.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, I got that on the leg. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, the whole family got a compass on the leg, and I was like, they're like, you got to get a tattoo of a compass on your leg. The whole family's doing it.
Or else we'll kick you out of the family, or what?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I understand the sentiment for sure.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I was Game of Thrones was my stuff at the time. I was like, hey, let's do it.
Does your family still influence you and your artistry today, or do you kind of keep that?
Absolutely. My dad is a big influence in my artistry. He has a 6'3" Impala that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
He's in that lowrider community, and it's actually really cool, and the culture there and seeing that is super cool, and the music is always really like high tempo, like party. It's never like how do you explain, like mosh pit, and like it's never that. It's it's always a party vibe, and it's always like stuff like that, and it's just a cool culture to be around. And I thank my dad for putting me into that when I was really young. He got that car when I believe I was like 5.
Wow.
And it was white at the time, and now it's orange. But he completely stripped it down, bare bones, took everything out, and started all up again.
Oh my god!
And he made it to the Lowrider magazine, and he was on the front cover.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that's sweet. That's got to go in a music video.
I was gonna say what year, if you can recall?
63. The
magazine cover.
I believe it was 2018. 2018.
Okay, wow.
But his car got way better over right now.
It's still working on it.
Self-made, and I think it's kind of cool. Like, I wouldn't mind changing my name to that, like in honor of my dad, and like what all the work that he's put into that.
Yeah,
I've been considering about changing my name, something more like, some correctly spelled and something you could find me at easier. And I think self-made would be cool.
That's nice.
And like abbreviated, like SLF. MDE.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That is pretty slick. That's
only
you better
an idea.
copyright that right now.
Yeah.
Brainstorming here on DogStar. Make sure you follow Buddah Man at BUDDAH_MANNN. That's 3 N's. We're going to be back with more here on DogStar.
More of that action. Yeah. It's spelled BUDDAH_MAN if you're searching it on wherever you're listening to your music.
Follow us at DogStar Podcast.
Yeah,
do it.
Dig around for some of the videos that he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's a video for Need a Minute featuring Nico. You should check out on YouTube right now.
We should talk about that on the next part.
We'll do that right when we come back.
Bow wow.
DogStar.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar. We are still sitting down with Buddah Man, taken through the timeline, the evolution, the post-comfortably uncomfortable era we're currently in.
I think we were about to talk about the music video with Nico.
Yes, that's what we're going to
Need a minute. Of Comfortably Uncomfortable.
Yeah, tell us about how that whole song came together, including the video.
Me and Nico had been acquaintances. I wouldn't call us friends at the time, but now I consider him a friend, a brother, he's taught me a lot, just by listening to his music. He's crafty, dude. I really like, we were talking about how like me and Nico have a poppy feel to our music.
Right.
And yeah, obviously I give credit where credit is due, flowers where flowers is due. Nico showed me a lot, Yeah. Shout out Nico.
Yeah.
So I just hit him up one day, and I went over to his house, and I was showing him some unreleased stuff, and I just remember saying, like, dude, like you're ahead of your time, like right now, like
totally,
like where you're at, like how long I've been making music, and that really like boosted my confidence, maybe a little bit of my ego too, but that's okay.
A healthy amount.
Yeah. Because getting credit from a dope artist is always something like. I was telling my friends about it. They're like, it's crazy because like I know people that will post like Lil Baby and all these people before they post their friends who make dope music. Honestly, like there's a lot of dope music that people don't know about because friends don't spread it. It only takes one set of eyes. People have relatives that have relatives that have relatives that have relatives. So,
right.
Yeah. Repost your friend's music.
For real.
So you had shown him a song that hadn't been released. Did it have a gap for
Need a Minute? It was a song on no, it wasn't a gap for Nico. It was a no gap. So,
okay.
It was just another song that was going on the album. Okay. I think it was Hero super on mix, but it was super cool experimental type vibe.
Yeah.
And he really liked it. And but then after that we conversated. I told him I liked his music, and then we started plotting out a video idea, like where we're gonna go and like what we're gonna do.
Cool.
All we had was an iPhone.
Yeah.
We tried to use a camera. I brought my camera, the DSLR, but like it wasn't very good. It was like I didn't know how to use it right. So
okay.
Shame on me, but it's
the same one you were using in the studio.
I forgot how to use it.
Okay.
So
sure.
And then I was just like, nah, I'll just use the iPhone. It's got cinematic mode.
Yeah.
Sick.
We just started shooting around the city. Like once again, another super vulnerable moment. You're in front of a lot of people at all times when you're in Minneapolis.
Yep.
And we're right in front of US Bank Stadium, looking like probably people are looking at us like, dang, what the heck's going on over there, dude? Look at these fools, dancing and singing, because we were singing our lyrics out loud. Like, they can't hear the music because it's played on like an iPhone.
So just you yelling.
Yeah. And then, but it was super cool. I edited the video myself.
What?
I use Splice. Go use Splice if you're like new to video making. Like if you don't have the money to go to Adobe Premiere Pro, go to Splice. It's got like you can work with it. You know, you can definitely work with it. You don't have. I see a lot of low budget videos make it. You just gotta get a stabilizer. Honestly, we didn't have a stabilizer. We were using hands, and like we were trying to get like action shots of like as much motion as we could. Right. But, like, it was really cool. It was cool, like putting little cut scenes in it. Like there's a scene where Nico was talking about how he's showing his girlfriend art, like his art in the song. And then we cut to the picture that he made that he was talking about in the middle of the video.
Whoa.
And it was kind of corny, but it syncs so well into the music video that I was like, dude, I can't take this out. Like, it's so dope.
Yeah. What music videos or even movies influenced you guys when you were making that? If you're like,
I
it's
good. Say any. Honestly,
okay, just kind
I think we were just winging it. You know. Yeah. We wanted to get Nico on I think it was a skateboard. And we wanted to get like a shot with Nico, but the camera wouldn't like steady. And like you would hold it with your hands, and your hands would be like shaking the whole time. So it's like not a good shot. So we scratched that, but we were just winging it the whole time, you know. And
that's sweet.
Just took a whole bunch of shots. We went in a crosswalk, like in the middle of traffic, and like
to get the shots.
Yeah, people were just like, "What the heck?"
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that. That is Need a Minute featuring
Feel
Nico.
free to judge it, you know?
Yeah. leave whatchamacallit?
Comment?
Critique?
Leave a dislike, man. You know?
Are you designing any other visuals for upcoming releases you care to talk about?
I've been really heavy on poster art, like, you know, like cover art and like
stuff
I'm gonna do with that. I recently got an iPad and I got this what's it called? Procreate. It's called Procreate, and it gives you like all these like drawing utensils, but it's on like with a magic pencil, like on the Apple.
Sick,
and you can do a lot of cool stuff with that, and you can like zoom all like in. Like, you ever seen those TikTok videos where it's like
keeps going,
zooming into the art, and it's got like different art inside the art. You can do that on that. That's what they're using.
Whoa.
And so I've been using that, and I've been creating like some cover art that's gonna be really dope. I'm gonna send you guys it before I drop it.
Sweet, that'd
be sweet.
Yeah,
that's really exciting that you're still so involved in the creative processes that aren't music.
Yeah.
Hey, also before we go on, I want to give a shout out to 507 Rochester. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're sick, man. Actually, it's called Dark Gems now.
Okay.
Shout out Blake Shepard. That's my guy. We talked a couple times, and he's really dope people over there. So you guys should go follow them on the gram as well. Dark Gems.
Sick.
Okay. Yeah.
So like, what were we talking about?
We were gonna talk. I was gonna ask more about designing cover art, and if you've designed all of your covers.
Oh yeah, that's where I was going with that, because Blake Shepard put me on with a guy named Jedzilla.
Okay.
And I think he just goes by Jed though. He does dope videos, so I'm gonna like have to hit him up and figure some stuff out. Gotta get in coordination with my dad and
start saving
see
up.
if I could whip the 6.3 Impala.
Oh man, I mean, at least for an album cover, you know.
You know, it'll be. You know, it's kind of easy to get a good shot now. You know, like just imagine like it rolling down the highway, and you know.
I mean,
like, he's in the lowrider community. He's got buddies that got lowriders.
Oh,
you know, imagine that coming down the highway. We get like a little. You know, a little strip going.
The convoy,
yeah.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah.
That would make,
If I were him, I wouldn't let you drive. I wouldn't. You can use it stationary. You can take pictures with it outside of the garage, but that's it.
It's rear wheel drive.
Whoa.
Which is really funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. He was like, because I always hounded him about it. I'm like, dude.
Let me take it to prom. Let me.
Yeah, I asked him to take it to prom, and he wouldn't let me. And I asked him now. I still ask him to this day. Still no. But yeah, maybe one day it will be mine. You know?
Or it'll maybe make a feature in a music video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he might have to be. The one
I think
driving.
He would trust me now with driving it. I think he would be okay with it. You know, I think he'd be good.
You said your mom's a fan of the music. Is your dad a fan of the music?
Oh, my dad likes the music too.
Okay.
My dad and my mom, I will say, have been very tough love.
Okay.
You know, it's never been has it hurt me before? Yeah. But like I'm not mad about it. I
don't quit your day job type of stuff, or
that too. They keep me humble. You know, they keep, and that's why I think a lot like how I think, because you got to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I don't want to think about the backup plan, but I'm going to save for it, and I'm going to be responsible. And I recommend that for everybody. You got to be responsible. And
totally.
I've been off my ways. I go through phases where I've been off my way, and my girl will have to straighten me out, and you know. It gets real in real life, you know. You know,
totally.
And that's I just want to shout out Lexi again for keeping it like holding it down always and being a rock for me. And I just want to.
It's something a lot of artists don't have is that solid foundation.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And shout out my mom too. I love you. And shout out my dad. You know, they kept me grounded. You know, like I remember when I played football, we'd lose, and I'd be like, did I play bad? Did I do good? And he'd be like, you know what? You didn't play the best today.
Oh,
you know,
honest, yeah.
But it made me better. It like, it's all about how you take it. You can get mad about it, or you could just take it as like, if my friend was continuously messing up and he was just ending up on the wrong side of the tracks every day, every week, every month, I'd be like, hey man, like, let's figure this out. Let's get a plan going. Let's see where this can go. And that's like, I feel like that's why it's always mandatory to keep a circle around you and be wise about who you pick, because pick people that are vulnerable around you and who you can be vulnerable with. And
totally.
Because it's a rocky ride. It's so
it's nice that stuck with you, and hopefully you can, you know, be that same support for the people who, you know, help show you that, and people you meet down the road.
That's right.
Yeah, like you're talking about right now, it's a very valuable thing to have in your life.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if there's any more, again, probably unreleased, but any more collaborators that you've been working with recently that you can reveal. If you can't, because it's in the rollout, just say, you can look forward to
any new producers, any new...
Got in contact with a couple producers. I think I want to go solo with where I'm going right now.
Okay.
You know, love to everybody else. You know, I just want to, I think I could do something here, and I'm really excited for it. And sometimes you got to be a little selfish in this game, you know.
Would you ever go back to producing some of your own beats, or maybe doing some live drumming?
Cool to learn down the road. Right now,
not a focus.
Obviously, like I was saying, like perfect the craft. Just get as good as you possibly can at this thing. That is something I preached when I was a captain on the team. Like ever since I was like, you know, ever since I had the chance to like had the knowledge to talk to people, I just been telling them like, keep your head on your shoulders and just get to work and do what you got to do. Be selfish sometimes, and because at the end of the day, it's a team sport. But because I'd look at the music industry as a team sport in a way, because I do feel like it's about supporting your counterparts, and I think it's a super dope community. I went to Urban Lights. Shout out Urban Lights. Really cool, like how these go down, and like the way you could just talk to people. And like that's something I've really had trouble with, like meeting new people. It was always easy talking to the guys and like doing that, but it was like meeting new people was really hard for me. I had a lot of social anxiety. But yeah.
How did the social anxiety translate to your first time rapping on stage?
It was really bad, dude.
Like throwing up?
I was about to. I was dry heaving. I hate throwing up. So I was like, dude, you're not going to throw up. Like, you can't throw up. You're going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So I held it in and got on stage. I sounded like, I was like, singing and stuff. But I would get my flow. And like, I think people realized what I was working with. And they really liked it. And like,
where was that at?
That Urban Lights.
Nice, dude.
And they really liked it. It was Fruits of My Labor. That's on Comfortably Uncomfortable as well. It was I performed that. I was super like scared and nervous, but it felt so good to do.
Yeah.
You know, and like you get a lot of confidence from that. Like I have nervous tic disorder, and like I go like this a lot, and I go like, you know, I make weird movements because I feel like I need to like move for some reason. Yeah,
got to.
And that's when I'm anxious. But like I've seen it get better since that day.
Wow.
It kind of cracked through a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I obviously have my moments still, but it cracked through. And I think that's one bit of advice I'd give to anybody is do what you don't want to do. If it scares you, good. That's what you should be doing. That's what you should be pursuing. Like if you're scared of failing, that is... You're
on the right track.
Yeah. And like, just keep your head down, man. It's up to you at the end of the day. Choices, you know?
Yeah. Everybody's definitely got their own, what's going to fill their hole the right way. I was wondering, so not
got about 3 minutes left.
Okay. Yeah, not to take us too much out of music, but you say you work a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. What's like the ideal 9-to-5 job for you to keep you making like the most music? Like, would it just be the most money, or would it be like?
It don't matter. I would work 12 hours if I had to.
Yeah,
you know, it just you gotta get less sleep. You know, that's just how it is. It's,
totally.
Like I said, keep your head down and.
Yeah.
Keep going forward. You got to do what's best for you. Got to do what's best for the people around you, because at the end of the day, that is your responsibility, the people that you have in your life. So
totally.
Were you able to use any of the like discipline or scheduling from your football days in your music writing? Or, you know, I'm going to every day from 9 to 11 p.m. I'm going to be writing.
I take a lot of time. It's funny because I heard Post Malone say that in an interview once, but I write a lot of my music on the toilet. You know,
for real,
and in the car, and like places where I'm like just like the most like free from everything.
Totally.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, I'm just writing music. I'm like not even using the bathroom. I'm just sitting on the toilet, you know. And it's just like, that's right. That's where I'm the most creative for some reason. So
that's cool.
I even get caught up writing during work sometimes. I'll get in trouble. Yeah, don't write during work. Don't write during work.
You're going to have to read it in front of the class.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you don't write it down, you'll lose it.
That's right, because I hear something in my head, and I'm like, I got to write that down.
Yeah, are you scribbling on paper? You put it in your phone?
Both. Whatever I have in front of me. I'll write it on my hand if I have to.
Right. Yeah. Probably no phones at work, so you got to do it on the... Write it down old school so you don't get in trouble.
Any performances scheduled this summer, this fall, or still focusing on the rollout?
You know, focusing on the rollout right now. I think you see me at a couple open mics.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to show you guys what I got in the works. Yeah.
We really look forward to seeing your continued trajectory. And again,
I'm excited to see your guys' trajectory up, because this is a really dope setup you guys got here. Shout out DogStar podcast. This was phenomenal. I really appreciate the support and the homeliness of what you guys gave today.
Yeah,
thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, seems like we have similar ideas where it's like, because this show is nothing without the artists that are on it. Right. And if you're willing to contribute to that pool of artists,
we all need each other at the end of the day. We all need each other.
Exactly true.
Don't stop what you're doing. Make sure you follow Buddah Man at BUDDAH_MANNN.
And then on Spotify, just BUDDAH space man.
And one N.
Call it Buddah if you want to, man. It's all good.
Whatever you like.
Make sure you follow us at DogStar Podcasts.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks again to Buddah Man.
Thank you guys. This was awesome.
Wow.